E aí, seus lindos? Vocês estão preparados para ver jogos que vocês têm que jogar antes de morrer? Não estão?
Não.
Porque se você não tem, você vai ter que comprar. Esse é o problema.
Pergunta, antes de começar. Quantos você acha que você já jogou, Queijo, dos 10?
Quantos que... É foda, né?
Eu acho que eu devo ter jogado uns 3. Vou chutar 3.
3? Não. Eu acho que eu joguei mais. Eu vou chutar um 7, acho. Na força do ódio. Não, mas aqui pode ter console, será?
Eu acho que pode.
Se for ter console, ali os pontos caem. Vamos ser safe.
Vamos embora.
4.
4. Tá bom.
Out there from really
E
awesome
é
to
inglês,
really
tá,
novel
gente?
to really
Legenda,
bad.
ó.
You can't play them all,
Legenda.
let
Vou
alone
jogar ele
know
pra
about
cima
every
aqui, ó.
single one of them.
Pra
So I've
vocês
compiled
ler
a list of
tudo.
10 absolutely
Pronto.
awesome games that you should
Vambora.
play at least once in your life, especially right
Nem
now
sei que
in
jogo é esse aí,
2023
ó.
and
Já
beyond.
pode
And some of them you
deu.
might not even know
Isso é um
about.
jogo que eu tenho
So
que
let's get into it
aguentar
right
na
away.
minha
And
vida.
if you found one game to play in this list, or if you agree with me, make sure you drop a like onto this video. First of all, we have Kingdom Come Deliverance, one of my favorite games of all time. A medieval masterpiece where every single gameplay and story element is respected and all in the name of realism. But of course, it's also fun. This experience is praised for its commitment to historical accuracy and realism, and how it created its world with such care and passion, with a really fun story that is believable as well. It transports players to medieval Bohemia with painstaking attention to details in terms of architecture, clothing, language, and way of life. The realism isn't just in the world but in the combat, which as you die extremely fast if you make the wrong move, just like in real life. The combat itself is either praised or hated, and it is so unforgiving, but that's what makes it so unique. Imagine GTA but in medieval times, and Kingdom Come might be the closest game to that. The game's main story is filled with fun things to do and varied missions with a strong central character and a complex narrative that engage players in a morally grey world where you can do about anything you want. Enter people's houses, steal their stuff, attack guards for no reason, find secrets, and so on. Next up, we have Spec Ops The Line. This right here is one of the games that became much more popular years after it released, because people realized what its whole story and premise actually was. It is recognized as one of the most thought-provoking games that ever existed. You play as the bad guys without knowing until the very end. You're given orders by your superiors, you just follow the rules, but as the story goes on, the main characters slowly start to realize the horrors that is done and what that entails for him and the survivors of this world. The game is taking place in a post-apocalyptic war-torn Dubai, and as you explore its destroyed buildings to find survivors and see what they're doing here, only for you and your team to end up killing them, all of them, even their families. It is done in such cruel ways, but for a narrative to unfold, it had to be done. Spec Ops has been described by its creators as an horror game and not an action game, because it delves into the psychological effects of warfare on soldiers and the choices they have to make.
Mine, set it up.
Vamos com a esquerda com vermelha.
Right? That's white phosphorus. Yeah, I know what it is. You've seen what this shit does. You know we might not have a choice, Lugo. There's always a choice.
Assim, pra época devia ser muito foda esse jogo, tá ligado?
Nossa, eu nunca ouvi falar disso aí, velho.
Pra hoje, amigo...
You brought this on yourself.
Meu Deus, o que aconteceu ali com a cara do cara, velho?
Nossa senhora, velho.
Esfregou a cara na bosta, esqueceu de limpar, velho.
Estourou uma granada na cara dele.
Nossa, virou todo mundo paçoca, olha. Imagens fortes, hein?
É. Next up, we have Deep Rock Galactic, one of the most fun co-op games that you can ever play at the moment, and has been this way for years now, and has earned a really special place in players' hearts for its perfect fusion of cooperative teamwork and inventive gameplay. The game's premise of dwarven miners exploring procedurally generated alien caves is captivating, offering a truly fresh take on the shooter genre that had been missing for a long time around the time that it released. The community behind this game is different, it's special, because it is one of the most loyal group that I've ever
repetitivo,
witnessed,
mas é
supporting the
divertidinho.
game since the beginning and giving support, ideas, and being super friendly to newcomers. Of course, its developers are awesome as well, listening to every single player feedback for bugs, new content, and such. It is also making sure every single update, DLC, and expansion is free for everyone, so all of us can get in on the fun. Don't just listen to me, take a look at its overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, which is actually rare for an FPS game. Next up, we have Metro Exodus. Every FPS fan has to play the stunning post-apocalyptic action horror game once in their life. It is filled with unique and awesome missions, different monsters to fight, tons of actions and bandits to kill, and crafted semi-open world environments to explore, and an atmosphere that is out of this world. Over the course of the story, you'll become inside a train, which is already full of little details and people to talk to, but you'll also be discovering new locations every single time, from snowy mountains, harsh deserts, forests, destroyed cities, and so on. At its core though, Metro Exodus is love for its atmospheric, post-apocalyptic setting in the Moscow metro system and the harsh Russian wilderness. There is no beating this. It's one of the most impressive games that I've seen, and I can get lost in it for hours on end. The game excels at creating a sense of dread and isolation. Next up, we have Kane and Lynch 2. Now, this game has been either loved or hated. I don't think there's anything in between, but what I absolutely loved about it is how it tried something different and stood out from the norms of the time with action games. This game is ugly, it's glitchy, it's disgusting, and it's brutal, and it's all been made on purpose by its developers because they wanted people to know how violence really feels like. You're killing endless people, but it's taking a toll on you and its characters, and it doesn't feel awesome like with other games. While some players appreciate this game, others find it lacking in various aspects like the length of the game and the controversial element. So it is praised for its unique visual style resembling shaky cam documentary footage, which adds to the game's dramatic atmosphere. Additionally, its focus on a morally flawed and deeply human protagonist, Kane and Lynch, offers a departure from more conventional video game characters. Next up, we have Hypercharged Unbox, one of the coolest underrated games at the moment, and it's still so overlooked but so fun. The game itself is beloved by players for its nostalgic charm, combining classic toy aesthetics with frenetic first-person action shooter. The game offers a unique and imaginative experience as players are shrunken down to the size of toy soldiers, battling through creatively designed environments like bedrooms and kitchens. There's a campaign, a PvP, and a cooperative multiplayer mode, which is a standout feature, encouraging teamwork as players defend against waves of enemy toys. Next up, we have the Mafia Definitive Edition, an awesome remake of the very first game in the series, which shows care, respect, and attention to details for every single part of the open world and its story. The developers even added more missions and content into it, which is always appreciated. The game itself combines an intense narrative and story that I absolutely love because of how classic it feels. It also has well-developed characters and a faithful reimagining of the original Mafia game, offering a nostalgic experience for longtime fans and a fresh one for newcomers. Its stunning visuals, cinematic storytelling, and period-authentic soundtrack contribute to its allure, making players feel like they've stepped into a classic gangster film, remade for the new-gen consoles. Next up, we have Chivalry 2, what is, in my opinion, the best medieval multiplayer fighting game there is. It offers true all-out war medieval siege with 64 players in massive maps with castles, forests, deserts, villages, and so on. It's accessible yet skill-based gameplay, along with a variety of classes and weapons, allows for diverse and strategic combat approaches, and the game also has a humor-infused atmosphere replete with an absolute ton of serious, normal, and very funny voice lines and absurdities, which adds a unique charm to the brutality of medieval warfare and creates a completely different atmosphere than, let's say, serious medieval games. But that's what makes it so fun, and also what keeps it alive. It's the fact that players can communicate together with these voice lines and create so many different scenarios. Next up, we have Max Payne 3, a third-person action masterpiece created by Rockstar Games. Of course, this this might be
3,
one
não.
of the best games which
Mas
made the slow
muito
motion
bom, mas
action
jogo
aspects so
sim, igual o
popular
Mafia, né?
and
Tem que
wanted
estar
by
na
players
pegada
because
de
it is
querer
such
jogar.
a fun feature in this one game here. You cannot stop doing it,
Meio
even though
modo
it doesn't
foda-se,
need
né?
it
O
some
cara
of
entra
the
se
time. The
jogando
attention
na
to
sala
details
slow
is
motion.
insane
É
and
bem
proves
isso, mano. É
Rockstar's
tipo,
work.
como é
The
que
game's
fala?
iconic bullet time gameplay mechanic,
Lá que tem
improved
filme, saga de
gameplay, and
filme,
intense
John Wick.
shootouts have been refined, offering a thrilling and satisfying gameplay
Acho que eu jogaria
experience.
Max Payne
And
de
this
novo,
game
não.
also retains the essence of the
Max
series
Payne eu joguei na
while
minha época de
evolving it,
console
earning
e
it a
foda-se.
place in players' hearts as a
Quando não tinha nada
compelling
pra
and
jogar
visually
mesmo, não tinha
striking
filtro,
war
não tinha dinheiro.
masterpiece. Finally, we have my special favorite game, which is still very much
esse é o
alive and
jogo
filled
de-
with new updates, old fast nations at
de modo
war.
foda-se de
This
guerra.
game is one of the most fun experiences I have ever played in my life. Myself not being really interested in the Napoleonic War or anything of the sort, I found myself falling in
aquele
love
jogo que a
with
gente
this
jogou no Natal, assim?
experience. There's one thing that makes this game stand out and
Eu
why
gosto
it
de
is
um
still
jogo de
live
tiro
after
só, né?
so many
Ah,
years
nada a
is
ver,
the
estilo
proximity
estranho da
voice
porra.
chat.
Porra, é essa?
Mano, isso, velho. Para o cara ali, mano.
One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Everybody clap your hands.
Ai, só esse daí já tinha valido o game inteiro, velho.
If you search on YouTube, you'll find plenty of
Só
videos
essa
like
parte já valeu o
that have
jogo
made funny
inteiro.
moment videos on this game because it is just
É o
one of
melhor-
the
é o melhor
funniest
jogo
games
da
that you
lista.
can play
Essa
right
é a
now, in my
verdade. Não
opinion.
tem como.
I feel like every single
ter que dar uma
online
procurada,
player in
procura
this
por esse
game has
vídeo.
their story to tell through voice chat. One will be
Parece-
shouting and
parece-
screaming insults at the enemy the whole game.
Qual é o nome do
One is
jogo?
being an
Nem
epic
eu
leader
sei.
by leading a regiment to
Olha que a
war.
gente vai, já volta. Mataram o cara, meu.
One is destroying people's ear with bad music, one is talking to himself, one is racist, one is very
Holy
rude and will want
shit.
to be your friend, and one will just say nothing even though he has a mic. There's just so much life to Old Fast. I sincerely hope it never dies, because the moments that you can have in it is out
Puta
of
que
this world.
pariu.
It's actual memories that I will never forget.
Your property is being seized by the state.
What for? What's it being seized for? Being seized for? Hello, I see you, sir.
Ai, o
Esse cara tem problema, mano. O que tá acontecendo, velho?
Ele tá indo pagar a espadinha lá. O problema é que só esse cara arrasta mais uns 90 junto pra gritar com ele, né? Ele tá vivo ainda, mano. Ele é o primeiro do pelotão e tá vivo, porra.
For more videos just like this one on games that you have to play, make sure you guys like this video right now, and of course subscribe. And
Meu Deus do céu.
Bosta, cara.
Mano, o que tá acontecendo ali dentro, velho?
From behind a large pile of rocks, he could see smoke rising. Feeling brave in his red armor,
Que porra foi essa que eu me disse aqui? Calma, eu quero ver o nome desse jogo aqui, ó.
out and why it is still live after so many years is the
Filho
proximity
da puta não põe o nome da porra do jogo, velho.
voice chat.
Olha ele falou
Why
ali.
it is still falling in love with this experience. There's one thing that or any played in old Finally, we have in players' heart favorite game which is still very much alive and filled with new updates, old fast nations at war. This game is one of the most fun experiences I have ever played in my life. Myself not being really interested in the Napoleonic War or anything of the sort,
Nice.
I found myself
Napoleon.
falling
É,
in love with this.
Nations at War, eu acho.
Nations Wage War.
R$60, R$59,99.
Manda no nosso grupinho do Discord aí que eu quero dar uma olhada. O cara
Ai,
talvez.
mano.
Talvez chegue um momento da minha vida que eu talvez queira gritar na guerra do Napoleão ali, velho. Só pra gritar, só pra falar que tô lá.
Bosta, cara. Ai, mano. Eu acho que.
Ah,
Pô,
fudeu.
tirando o quê? Tirando
Não.
Máfia? Tirando
Hum,
Máfia, acho que eu não recomendaria nenhum dos outros jogos pra ninguém.
não, acho que.
Como You Must Play Before You Die.
O Exodus lá é legal, pô. Metro Exodus é bom também, pô.
Ah,
Pode
é,
jogar.
mas eu acho que não é um must play assim, sabe?
Não, daqui nenhum. Eu acho que
É.
nenhum. Nem o Mafia eu
Talvez
mandaria.
o Máfia se você gostar muito do gênero, assim, porque
Nem o Mafia.
do gênero eu acho que de referência só tem o Godfather. Eu acho que, tipo, o segundo, assim, da lista seria Máfia, talvez.
É, concordo.
O restante aí, bullshit. Só bobeira.
Bobeira. Bom,
Ai. Deixa aí nos comentários se você quer um top 10 da GamesCoffees aqui, a gente faz pra vocês um que você tem que jogar antes de morrer,
tem.
tirando os hypados. A gente tira os que todo mundo já conhece e
Não.
faz um filtro aqui pra vocês.
Então a gente faz com
Só que vocês
20.
não dá ideia, cara. Deixa o like aí, ajuda nós.
Que isso, cara? Uma Harley passando na minha casa?
Deixa o like aí, ajuda nós. Tamo junto. Valeu, falou e até. Até mais.